Okay, so welcome back to Berry Cubing 101. This is part number 2 of the Maple Leaf Cube. So where we left off was we had 2 pieces that needed to be swapped out with one another. So regardless of what colors you're dealing with, I happen to have green and blue, but whatever colors they are, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and flip those right there, so you can separate these greens, these 2 greens, from this green right here. And we need to move this in such a way that we'll be able to place this piece there, and then we'll be able to solve the cube. So sometimes it's easy to do, and sometimes it's quite difficult. So let's see what situation comes up, and then we'll go from there, and we'll figure out a few more scenarios that might come up. So basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to just rotate this into any position that I think I can work with. So let's see. No, that's not going to work for me there like that. So let's flip it this way and flip it that way, and let's see if we can work with it this way. So if I turn or split the cube in half, you'll see that these blues and this green right here, so these 2 blues and this green, is on the same side as it's on the left side, okay, as these 2 greens and this blue. So basically what I want to do is I just want to take this green and I just want to rotate this, okay. It doesn't matter what color you do it with, and there's no guarantees that this is going to work out. It's just right now we're just testing this out. And I'm going to rotate this down, and I can already tell you that this is not going to work out because this is not in the correct orbit to go here. It would be if it was over here, but it's not. So that tells me that this piece and these pieces, these greens and this green, are not compatible. So I'm going to undo this, and what we're looking to do here is redefine the cube just a little bit. And basically what I'm looking to do is swap these pieces out with one another. So I'll swap this out over here. I will turn and twist and turn and do what I need to do to be able to, maybe say I'll take these over here and then I'll put them over here, right? And then I'll swap these 2 back. And then I will have something more like this right here, okay. And let me see if I can work with this somehow, some way. So I'm gonna flip that, and I'll take one of these, right, and I will turn it down, and I will take this one and put it in this position right here, and bring it down, flip it around, and blah, blah, blah. And I know there's a lot of twisting and turning, and it all seems very confusing. And it is. I'm not going to lie to you. It really is. I'm just doing this from instinct, right? There's no algorithm, and for those of you who are demanding an algorithm, you're not going to get one. Not from me, because I don't have one. And I don't know if you are going to get one from anyone, because this just seems to be one of those deals where it's you just have to mess with it, And so what I'm going to do now is I'm in a situation again where I've got one out, one there, and hopefully with all this switching and swapping around, it's actually worked itself out into something that I can actually work with. Okay, so I've switched and swapped things around, and I just want to see if I can work with this. And so I have these 2 in a position right here where if I turn it upwards, I can take this one and just swing it around, right, and it matches. Now, like I said, it's a lot easier said than done. So what I can do is I can just take these 2 pieces, swap that out, swap these 2 out, and then go back and swap these out. And then everything is color coordinated. Now I know that was crazy difficult. I know you're sitting there going, what how am I supposed to follow that? Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to slow this way down. I'm going to show you a few different exercises. We're going to get into it a little bit, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to do the same thing. Okay, so in this second example, we're just going to take 3 random colors. We'll just do red, white, and blue. And we're just going to mess the cube up a little bit. We're just going to solve for a red, white, and blue pieces. So just go ahead and do whatever you got to do to scramble this part up a little bit. And I'll flip that from the bottom and I'll bring it back up, and whatever, just whatever you need to do to get this thing scrambled. And what I mean, I'll flip it from the bottom, like I'll bring it down to the bottom, I'll flip it this way so I get like a different rotation on it, so I can just do one of these and then do one of those, and let's see if we can just scramble up just a tiny bit more. And sometimes I'll even like take a good piece right there and do a swap like that, but basically it's just I'm just looking to get a quick little scramble here between this side, and this side. So what I'm looking to do here is I'm going to fix up the blues, right? So I can take this blue and put it there, right? I can take this blue and flip it around, put it there, and the last blue down here, flip it around and put it there. And I can go ahead and swap these colors out, the reds. This is a pretty good little exercise right here, without having to re-scramble the entire cube. Let's go ahead and we'll fix up all the blues, right? So we're going to take this blue, and remember we want to white the white one over there because we want to, it's an empty slot. So if we're going to take this blue, put it here, take these whites, slide them over, slide these blues in, and then return these blues. Okay. Let's see, these blues right here would go there. So we take the empty slot, put it right there. Okay. Return this blue, and then return these blues. And then the last blue is down here. We're going to flip that. Right there. It's not going to do us any good over there. So what we can do is, I can flip it this way, take this, borrow from there, bring it over here. I'm going to have a dud piece over there, which I got. Okay, and then return this blue and return this blue. Okay, so the blues are done, and all you got to do is swap these two out, because remember I swapped piece for piece there. So now it's just back down to the reds and the whites. So let's place these reds. And remember, what we're looking to do here is we're looking to see whatever we can make sense of, because we have no other color to swap it out with. All these other colors are all, in the correct positions. So what we're looking to do here is maybe I'm going to try and put this one over here. Okay, that makes sense. That's good over there. Maybe I can take this one. It makes really good sense if I took these two and put them over here, because one red would go here, one red would go there. So that looks really nice. What else? How about if I do one of these deals where I took this, I flipped it on the bottom, I brought it back up here. I'll take these reds and put it over there. That's feeling pretty good. What about if I maybe let's see, I will take these two off. I will put these in a position where I may be able to utilize them somehow. Let's see. I'm still just thinking here. I think what I can do is I can take this one, swap it there, bring this down and then take this and put it here. And that feels pretty good right there. I'm going to swap this back, and then I'm going to bring these down to the bottom. Keep going. Well, it looks like I have to do one of these deals. Turn this, and then turn this back, and then you end up with one piece that's out and on each side. So from this point, when everything is solved except for two pieces, no matter where it's at, so this piece needs to go here and this piece needs to go here, you're going to flip it. So no matter what colors they are, just go ahead and flip it. Now I'm looking to be able to place these into a position where I can slide this one in. So what if I were to, well, first, before I do that, let me see if I can actually do this in an easier way, where I can bring it down to the bottom and just keep flipping it. Now, that's not going to work that way. What if I were to go like this? And so if I were to flip it like this, you can see that these two are on the same side, right? The left side. So that means I would have to take this piece, flip it, so I can put that red on the right side, bring it down, and see if it's in the correct orbit to go here. And it is. So I can flip that, obviously flip these two back, okay? Then I can go ahead and keep flipping these around until these two match, right? And that way, it appears that it's correct, right? But it's not, because if you look inside, see that center in there? That's red. And so this is actually the red side, and this is actually the white side. So no big deal. Don't freak out here. What we're going to do is we're going to swap these out in such a way that everything is going to be fine without having to go through too much more drama. So let's just slide one of these pieces in here, okay? And now it's not going to make any sense for me to go like this, right? So what if I were to flip one of these, and like I flip it that way, and I can go ahead and turn it like this? That makes more sense to me, you know, doing it like that. And what else would make sense to me? Putting this one on this side, so that when I take these two and I'll flip it over here, this one will actually come over there and be correct. See how that became correct? Then I can bring this down to the bottom, flip it, and turn these back. And that way, the white belongs with the white, the red belongs with the red, yellow's with yellow, green's with green, blue's with blue, and of course, if everything else is correct, the orange is going to be correct as well. That's one exercise. I know that this is not easy. I know it's quite difficult. I know there's a lot of cube flipping, and there's no algorithms that I'm giving you, because there are no algorithms I'm giving you. This is all right off the top of my head. It's one of those, give it your best shot with educated guesses, and you know, a little trial, a little error, and I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. Let's do it again, though. Let's see if we can make it happen again. Okay, so this is example number 3. We're going to do red, white, and blue again, and you know, I hope you can understand and at least appreciate the fact that I'm not trying to sugarcoat this for you. That, you know, it is a lot more difficult than you might have originally have thought it was going to be. But you know, at least I'm not trying to downplay the fact that it's difficult, or I just skip over it completely and I ignore it like, you know, most other people would do. They would just, you know, fast forward through it, or, you know, not even give you an explanation. They'll just say, hey, it's done. Well, you know, I'm not going to do that. It's I'm going to show you as best as I can, and you know, hopefully if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you know, I mean, I gave it my best shot. But basically what you're looking to do again is you take the red, you surround it with the 4 white central edges, and same thing with the whites and the blues. And let's start narrowing this down. Let's start working on the blues. So we'll take the blue from the bottom, we'll flip it, we'll put it right there. So we're going to need that these pieces over here, right? So you take it here, put it there, take it off here, slide this in, move it out of the way, slide this back, and pop this back in. This one can go here, right? So we're going to need the other dud piece right there. So this blue is in the correct orbit to go here. Pick up these, return these blues, and return these. And it will work out in a way where we've got two pieces out, and that's what we're looking for. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can separate these. What we want to do is we want to separate them like this, where we just have them like these whites, and this white is on the same orbit, right? So you can separate these whites from this white right here. And let's see if we can position this in a way that's going to help us out. Turn to the bottom, flip it. No, that's not going to work for us like that. That's not going to work for us like that. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it's going to work for us like this, where we've flipped these pieces and they're on the left side just like these pieces are, right? So these pieces are on the left side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece right here and I'm temporarily going to put it right there and see if it's in the correct orbit, and it is, to fit right there. Okay, that was easy. From here we take these two, pop them back. So just like last time, this time it was quite easy to do. And you know, it's kind of random. Sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's just not going to work out, where you're going to have to start messing around with other pieces. And you know, when I mean other pieces, I mean, you know, like if we were only dealing with red and white and red, then you can only switch in between the white and red primarily. And to figure out a way of rotating and shuffling pieces around in such a way that you've re-scrambled it, and maybe the last few pieces that you have are in the correct orbit. And then again, they may not be, and you would have to re-scramble again. But you know, and I know everybody's dying for an algorithm. I don't have one for you. This is where you truly have to rely on your cubing skills. Let me get into that situation again where it's not going to work out and then I have to re-scramble. So at least, you know, we get you one more example of that. Okay, let's do this one more time. Again, it was the red, white, and blue, but I just reduced it down to the red and blue. So there's three pieces out here and there's three pieces out here. And let's see if we can start reducing this. And again, let's just see if we can do something in some sort of logical sequence and interplaying between this side and this side. So I think it would make sense to go something like that, and possibly take these pieces. Oh, that feels like it's working out pretty good. And okay, but here's the problem, that the reds are over here and the blues are over here. Let's see if we can correct that right now some way. Let's see if we can do that. And basically all I'm trying to do here is put the reds on the correct side. I mean, you can save this for later, or you can try doing it now. You know, whatever you feel is good for you. But you know, you just want to try to do this in a way where it makes sense, you know. Okay, so I was able to manage to be able to put all the reds on one side, the blues on the other's side, and one piece out here, one piece out there. Let's see if this is a correct combination for us, where we can switch these two. Okay, so we can separate these reds from this red, and let's see if we can put this red into a position that will accept this one. So let's flip, I don't know, and see if we can take this red, put it down here, bring it down. Yeah, that looks like it's in the same orbit here. That will go right there. And then this is just a matter of flipping these two back and returning these. Okay. Well, you know, I wish I had something a lot more solid, a lot more concrete for you. Unfortunately, it is what it is. You know, it obviously can be done. I've already showed you how to do it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times already. So, you know, that's basically what I've got. Now, don't be concerned that the correct color pattern is not, that you're not in the correct color pattern right now, because it really doesn't matter what the cube looks like at this point. But if you're curious, you know, and if you were to try to put these in the correct color pattern with white on top, red facing you, green on the left, blue on the right, orange in the back, and yellow on the bottom, and these two are swapped out, don't worry, because we're going to cover that in part number 3. Okay, so that's going to be an issue in part number 3. But, you know, part number 2, you're just looking to have all these solved here, 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 and here. Okay, that's it. We'll see you in part number 3 of the Maple Leaf Cube.